Hi, welcome. In this video, I want to discuss the issue of patience and focus by way of getting a dog to begin to um, relax and settle down. Now, some of these videos I'm putting out on the crate exercises are a great example of how to achieve this by way of just advocating. As soon as you connect with the dog, again, understanding that's when the point of relationship begins in terms of how you're perceived from the past and how to change it for the present and moving into the future. And again, I'm working with, putting out video content showing this with Milo, okay, which is a really great example of that. I encourage you to go watch some of the videos on how to achieve it. You see Milo was, again, dealing with kind of how things were, how he connected through the relationship from prior to, and just getting him to start to relax. Because again, as a service dog, he needs to be very relaxed in certain environments, basically every environment, but he needs to be very relaxed so he can focus on what his owner needs him to do. And again, this is why, again, to say the service dog training standard, it's very, very important to have a dog that is starting to relax, stay focused no matter what's going on around them, encountering other dogs, other people, environment, situations, stores, certain, office buildings it has to go into. He needs to be very patient, very relaxed, and not investing and fixating on other people, other dogs, other situations. So again, this is something that, in terms of how that sets up through various type of exercises, various interactions. So an exercise could be just sitting, having, say, your dog beside you, and just beginning to work through that stuff. And some of that stuff is, again, just how they kind of internalize it, working through, versus external. Okay, you'll see things go from external, which means the dog is mine's really pushing and not liking, and more kind of internalizing too, with kind of like not liking, but just working through it, kind of rewriting the relationship contract as I kind of describe it, the kind of the history as to how a dog was connecting prior to. And this transfers into even the walk. You see, as soon as you get that leash out, a good example of it, you get that leash in your hand and you see the dog is just ramped up, just ready to go, but the mind is jumping. It's like it's right beyond you. You can tell from the dog's body language, the dog's mind is is starting to connect certain ways, versus relaxing, starting to just take a breath, becoming very much as a follower. Again, that's the kind of theme that you want. You want a dog that's floating beside you. You can enjoy your walk. You don't have to be kind of walking on eggshells and concerned what's going to come out next. So understand the system of training is all about overcoming everything, but again, kind of rebuilding bridges. That's the kind of the theme throughout. So again, I encourage you, go watch some of my prior videos, putting lots of content out. But again, the crate exercise, and I just put one out on Milo in the crate, is a great example. And if you compare the starting point, go back and watch some of the videos with Milo, just how ramped up he really was. And now the last video I put out, getting very relaxed. But again, how I'm doing that is at all points of contact, just really advocating, making sure he's very relaxed. So at the point of just even moving towards the crate and with the leash in my hand and getting him to relax and opening the door, another stage of relaxation, because that door opens up, right, exit point, right, and I'm just standing there. And just, again, it's a reasonable demand. It's just like, hey, relax. And then transitioning from coming outside the crate, in a down position, relaxing again. Very important. And it's very helpful, because that's the point of contact. That's where it all begins. Understand, wherever you make the point of contact with your dog, that's the starting point. So it's important to take that extra time. Sometimes it can be difficult if you're just rushing, but try to be intentional with that, meaning try to carve out an extra few minutes, because that's very helpful. Because understand that if you don't do that and you start moving forward, it's could be a very frustrating experience, and then you're not going to get the results that that you want, because the dog's mind is just moving forward. So movement becomes a problem because the dog is connecting dots that way, saying, okay, Dale's moving forward, and I know that I'm going to get down certain, and I'm going to encounter another dog. That they have this kind of roadmap all laid out. So it's important to reverse all that, to say, yeah, we're moving forward, but you need to be relaxed and you need to be calm, and everything will be just great. So again, watch some of my videos. I really put in some great content to help people understand how to do that. But just again, take the extra time, because that becomes its own kind of little exercise in the process. Thanks for watching.